Aloha and good evening. We're going to show you a transitional soup tonight, and this soup is called a lentil soup. And this is, of course, bloodless, and it's going to be full of nutrition because it's a mineralized soup. So we put about a cup of split green peas in here, lentils, okay? And we're going to go ahead and add 2 full dropperfuls of fulvic acid with the boron. And what this is going to do is this is going to go ahead and actually disassociate some of the stuff that you want to get off the shell. And a lot of the shells have what's called a cadmium coat to them. And so you want to take the cadmium coat off. So I just put these in a few minutes ago, and you can see the water's already turning a little cloudy. And I use distilled water. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in a couple of droppers here. And this is going to change the acidity. This is fulvic acid. It's a pH of 2.2. I don't have too much in here, so I'll just put some in. I'll just put the rest in there. And you can see the purple in there is the boron. And what we want to do is we want to mix it around. And these are special non-Teflon pans. And this is what I like to soak things in, or soak them in glass, either way. And this is going to soak in here for about, well, all night long. And I'm just going to let these soak up the water, then I'll mix them up and wash them again. So this is a mineralized soup, and soup is really good for you to transition. And when you're transitioned, it's really good for you to go ahead and actually have a variety of soups with all different types of fixins that you put inside them. So I'll show you all different stages of this one. This is the first stage, and this is to be able to soak your seeds or your nuts. You always want to soak them. You never want to really eat anything that's not soaked. These are pumpkin seeds. Try to get everything organic, because if it's not organic, it's full of pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, and fungicides. And if you don't think it is, then go to the farms and see how they grow them. Okay? Remember, with chemical fertilizer. And what does that mean? Petroleum fertilizer. Okay, ammonium sulfate and all different things. And here's my, okay, I got like about a pound and a half, and I'm going to use this will be my second batch right here. And this had twice as much in there. And this is all cheap. This cost me $2 a pound. These were pretty pricey. These were about $6.50 a pound. But these are a way to be able to make very special dips, hummus. So I'm going to make some pumpkin seed hummus with this too. Okay, we'll go ahead and show you step by step, but this is a lentil mineralized soup. You're not just having lentils, you're going to put minerals, silica, you're going to add a lot of different pieces in here to be able to make this, so this is a super soup, okay, or whatever you want to call it, but I call these super soups because they are not just soups, they're super soups. Okay, here we go, part 2 coming up. When we get into part 2, you have to understand the reason why you're going to do soups is because you're going to exchange that food, okay, for the food that you were going to eat. The soups are really beneficial, okay, to go ahead and grow your body, and it's nice to have hot soup too. I have a variety of raw soups you can do, but right now we're going to do a transitional soup, and we're going to put lots of stuff in there when we're finished. These are organic pine nuts. We're going to put in triple blend seaweed. We've got, let's see, well, anyways, a bunch of spices and herbs, red onions, and I'm going to show you. This is a simple recipe, and you can make this so anybody likes it. And this is a full protein recipe. So I'll show you a few different ways to do it, but remember, soups are for you to be able to upgrade, enhance, and optimize yourself. Try doing a soup fast for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, a soup fast. That's the best fast you could ever do. You can do a smoothie fast for 2 weeks. Okay? You can do a salad fast, but you want to make the salad dressings that we have. Dr. Robert Cassar, salad dressings, I got about 7 or 8 of them on there. The salad dressing is the main dish. Okay? That's the main dish. It's the salad dressing because it's got all the protein in it, the hemp seeds in it, kelp powder in it, all different things that actually make it taste super good, but actually is real good. And it lasts in your refrigerator for a couple of months. So the salad dressings are really good to go along with tons of different things. You can add them onto anything. But we'll go ahead and keep on going with this little video. And this video, like I said, is to be able to help you so you can transition to the next layer of health. And you have to take away okay, processed foods, okay, all different types of fake foods, fast foods, okay, anything that basically is not real, you want to take away. So this is a way for you to be able to transition yourself just a little bit at a time, okay? So here we go. In a minute, you'll see. Bon appetit, because it doesn't smell good now, but oh, when I start cooking it, okay, it's going to smell good, especially when you see what we add to it, okay? Here we go. This is a continuation of our mineralized soup. Remember, you can do a variety of soups. Soups are going to help you transform, okay, to a better you. Trust me. Smoothies are going to help you transform to a better you. Cutting your sugars down is going to transform you to a new you. Cutting your fast foods down, cutting your processed foods, cutting your toxicity down, and all that kind of stuff once you sort of get it. Okay? So this is a soup that everybody will like. Remember, we soak these with fulvic acid. I put a couple of dropperfuls of fulvic acid, and they've been soaking pretty much all night, and you can see all the white stuff that's in there, and I already washed these off. This is all the stuff that came off the seeds, and the seeds are way bigger now. And these are loaded full of protein, but we're going to make this into a super soup, and it's going to taste really super good. So you can see that's all the stuff we wanted to get off. Okay, so that's the cadmium coat, and all I do is just do that there, wash them off, and I'm going to put them back in here, doing this one-handed, and we're going to slow cook these guys here. I'm going to put this on simmer, and we're not going to cook this ever fast. This is a pH of 10.5. You can use distilled water, you can use mountain spring water, but I like to use the pH of 10.5. I get this out of my water machine. We just did a water video on how to get clean water. This is my steam distiller here. Okay, this is my alkaline water machine, and you must have pre-filtration first before you use the water machine. The alkaline water machine, but the steam distiller, you can just, that's sitting on my counter, and I just use tap water, and that takes out everything. So this is clean pH of 10.5, and I'm going to put this in here. And remember, this is my soup base, is water. Okay? And I want a decent amount of water in there, because this is going to be not what you think. It's going to be a bigger soup than what you think. And actually, I'm going to probably put that in a bigger bowl. But the pH at 10.5. Why I'm going to do that? Because I'm going to take out any acids, okay? We want to make this so it's the best tasting and also easy to assimilate in your body. Remember, you got a lot of acids if they're cooked foods, remember, are hard to digest. They just are, okay? So we're going to add minerals. We're going to go ahead and actually, once we get through with the last part of this, you're going to see what a beautiful meal. You've got cooked part, you have live part, you're going to have all different things we're going to add. Let me just go over what we're going to do here. So I have the burner on low. Actually, I'll just turn it on high until it gets hot. And shake that up like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a cap full of living silica. Okay, I'm going to put a dropper full of our fulvic acid, because that disassociates everything and blends all the stuff I'm going to put in. This is going to be a fantastic soup. I'm going to put in about 20 drops of magnesium chloride, 80 minerals in there, plus the magnesium. We just put in the living silica, and everybody's pretty much deficient of these three things right off the bat. Okay, I'm going to put in, not now, I'm going to put in some raw chlorella. I'm not going to cook, I'm going to put it in at the very end, and raw spirulina. Those are our OGO brands. I'm going to put some lemon in. Not right now, though, because I have the alkaline water in there. I'm going to put that in towards the end. I'm going to put turmeric in towards the end again. Okay, and I'll put my spices in now. I'm going to put some chili powder, crushed red pepper, and some curry powder here. I'm going to put in a chipotle pepper. Okay, and whoo, that smells good. Okay, the organic soy sauce alternative. This is our OGO brand, and this is really good. It's made from coconuts, so no more soy, no more wheat. Okay, no more soy sauce. So this is an alternative soy sauce, and it tastes even better. I'm going to put in maybe about 2 tablespoons of that. I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon of curry. I like curry being Maltese because everything's got curry. We're going to put in about a teaspoon of of the peppers, and maybe a half a teaspoon of the chili powder. I'm going to put in a tablespoon, maybe even 2 tablespoons of the toasted sesame seed oil, and I'm going to put in a tablespoon of the blue-green algae salt. And if you don't know how to make that, it's really easy. Dr. Robert Cassar, blue-green algae salt. Okay, so I'm also going to add some golden berries to this because it's going to give a tart flavor to it. I've got old cabbage that we're going to put in there, but again, I'm not going to put that in until this gets going first. And we're going to also put in some 50-50 blend chlorella and spirulina pills. And those go in there, and what they do is they don't fall apart. They taste like cheese. Once it goes in there, you put these in your salad dressing, and it's not for the day that you eat the salad, but you can. They're nice and crunchy. But if you want to make them so they taste like cheese, the next day, okay, they're soft, but they taste like cheese because they're with everything else that you're eating. Then they're not hard or crunchy. So I put those in, and that makes a delightful, super good taste. And I put in about 2 onions, so I'm going to get another onion going here. And we'll go to the next stage. Okay, there you go. There's a recipe, and I'm going to show you how I finish this off. This finishes off beautiful, okay, the way I dress it up. Remember, you're going to use hemp seeds. You're going to put in cut cabbage at the bottom there, avocado, tomato, okay? This is what makes the soup. It's not just all hot soup, okay? And it's not just soup. This is mineralized soup. Remember, the chlorella, the spirulina, the blue-green algae, any of these things like this with the minerals, this is why you're having food. Okay, if you just have regular conventional foods, then adding these minerals at least. Conventional vegetables, remember, they don't have anything in there. They have 3 NPK is the fertilizer they use. N, nitrogen, P, potassium, K. Okay, potassium. Anyways, I lost track here. Okay, NPK. You got 3 minerals. There's 80 minerals to be able to go ahead and service here. And if you're only growing things with 3 minerals, okay, that's not the case. Okay, it's going to grow beautiful, but it's got nothing in it. So you're adding minerals no matter what. And if you are using conventional vegetables, make sure you wash them really good with Dr. Bronner soap. Okay, here we go. Next part, you're going to see me putting this thing together after it's almost done here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this together real quick. This is really simple. You can use any vegetable you want to, and you can make just lentil soup. I like the smorgasbord of vegetables in there. Carrots, put broccoli in there, whole onion if you like. Okay, just put a whole onion in there. I'm putting in, as you can see, putting in big pieces of cabbage just like this, and I got the onion in there, and I'm going to add some things here so you can see how easy this is and how fast this goes together. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to put a handful. These are golden berries. Okay, whoops, right there. And they taste really tart. They're 14% protein. I'm going to put like a handful of these. If you get one of these in your soup, oh, does that taste good, because it's a little bit tarty, but they're really super good. Okay, I'm going to put, this is Soleil salt. Soleil salt, you can see the big pieces of salt on the bottom. The salt only will go ahead and will dissolve into the water as much as the salt can, which is a 26% solution. So I'm going to put in a tablespoon of this. You can always add more later, okay? But the salt, this is good salt. Watch the salt you use, because most of the salt, remember, has fluoride in it. It's garbage. Okay, this is toasted sesame seed oil. I'm going to put in like 1, 2 tablespoons. Ah, it's starting to smell good already. Okay, this is our soy sauce alternative. And I'm going to put in about maybe 1 tablespoon, 2, 3. And this is really good to put on after you're done too, on top of the soup. Okay, here's curry powder, organic, because remember, most of the spices that you buy, if it's not organic, it's full of pesticides, insecticides, and herbicides. I'm going to put in a teaspoon. I love curry. Like I said, I'm Maltese. And it's my birthday today, so I'm making this soup in memory of Mom would always make an Easter lunch and dinner. So this is one of the things we'd have, is a beautiful soup. Crushed red peppers. I like it spicy, and I love the flavor. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of these guys. Okay, again, we're going to use, I like using chilies, and you can use different types of chilies. Okay, this is a chipotle chili, and it smells smoky. It's beautiful. You can even use some natural liquid smoke, put 3 or 4 drops if you like in there. Remember, you can make the soup 50 different ways. This is chili powder. I love chili powder. Okay, so I'm going to put, same with here, I'm going to put about half a teaspoon of this. So I don't want to override too much the curry. Now, the turmeric I'm not going to put in now. I'm going to put in later. And this is very dangerous, okay, for you in your kitchen, because if you get it on anything, it's very potent, okay, but very dangerous because it tints everything. That's why I have I have red everything or dark clothes, because if not, you'll ruin your clothes because you can't clean them. The tint in the turmeric is super cleansing for your intestinal tract. Now, what I like to do is, let me just wash this off here real quick. Okay, the reason I'm going to wash this off is because first thing is I'm going to take the lemon out of here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save the lemon for later because remember, we have alkaline water in there, so I'm not going to put the lemon in. But what I'm going to do is in about, once it boils, okay, I'm going to squeeze out the lemon of one squeezed lemon in there, and or maybe even a half a lemon, depending on how much oil I put in. The more oil you put in, the more lemon you put in. So you put an equal amount of lemon juice with the oils that you add to here, because that emulsifies everything. But I'm going to go ahead and set the rind and everything in the soup. I'm not going to eat it, but it's going to go ahead and add a lot of super nutrients that are in the skin. Okay, we're going to put the spirulina, the chlorella in later. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the magnesium drops. I'm going to put in like 20, 30 drops. Okay, those are necessary to be able to put. I take about 60 drops at least a day of those minerals. I'm going to put in a capful, actually 2 capfuls, because this is a lot of soup. And I'm making some soup. I'm going to give it to the guys next door. And we've got people fasting over there, and they're going to be finished their fast, and they'll have a little soup broth. And I'm going to put in, this is fulvic acid. I'm going to put in 1 big squirt, actually 2 of these in there. And the fulvic acid is full of plant minerals too, but it helps it emulsify everything. Now, pretty much, you just stir it up like this. I am going to go ahead and add carrot. You can add, let's see what else I got around here. You can add a lot of different things. You can put squash in here. You can make a lot of things with the soup. But you can see how the soup right here, okay, it's almost boiling. Oh, does it smell good already? Okay, beautiful. And if you like, the first time I like to eat this, okay, is what I do is I eat it with all the big pieces. And if I want to change it up the next night, because it'll last a week, it's not going bad. If I want to change it up, then what I do is I pick some of that and I put it in the blender, all of it, and I buzz it up and it turns into a super cream, okay? This is how you change the sauce. You change the soup. Now you could do this, remember, raw soups are the best thing you can do, okay? We go over lots of raw soups, lots of transitional foods, lots of transitional meals, okay? What is really good with this too, I'm going to put them in more, because I'm going to simmer this for about 4 hours, very low. But I'm going to put in pine nuts, and also I'm going to put in pumpkin seeds. But I'm going to put those in way towards the end. Actually, I may even just put them on top, because I don't really like to cook everything, because remember, it denatures it. So when you eat cooked food, it's nice to be able to garnish it. Not just garnish, but put a lot of also raw foods. Raw onions you can put on top. Even though you're cooking the onion, you want to put raw onions on top. And no white onions, no green onions, and no garlic, because it makes you stink. It does. Okay, I haven't used deodorant in at least 10 years. Okay, garlic, white onions, and green onions make you stink, and plus they make you stupid too. They do. They make you so your brain gets dysfunctional. They're good for cleaning your blood. Okay, purple onions don't do that to you. So use purple onions. Exchange that. And I love garlic, and I'll have it once in a while, but I'll smell. As soon as I go ahead and eat garlic, the next day I got BO. Nope. And plus I'm sort of foggy in the head. Okay, so there's our soup, and you can see, boy, everybody's going to love that if you were making dinner. And you can even make, if you wanted to, with this broth, you could make some quinoa, and you put minerals in the quinoa when you don't just make quinoa. You put the silica, you put the magnesium minerals in there, put a squirt of fulvic acid in there, and whatever else you want to add in there. Okay, I like putting turmeric with my quinoa in there. Okay, so anyways, there's a couple different ideas. And we'll catch you on the next one here in a sec, and I'll show you how this thing looks. I just got out of the waterfall. Whew! What a beautiful experience that was. Let me show you now. This has been going for about 2 hours. That's as small of a flame as I have it on, just as small as it can go, okay? I just bring it up to not a boil, just to hot, and then I just put it on simmer, put the top on so it doesn't lose that much liquid. And you can see now I've added some stuff to here. Let me show you what I've done. I put nori rolls in here. I've taken some raw nori sheets that we have right here. And these come I buy them like 100 at a time. And I put some more cabbage in here because I changed my pan here to a big. And this pan here, remember, this is nano ceramic. This is not Teflon. You can see I put a big onion in there, and these are the purple cabbage we did before. You can see they lost a lot of purple, and the purple went into here. But I've added carrots to here. I've added nori, and now I'm going to put the lemon in. So what I do, okay, so remember in the beginning we had the alkaline water in there, and everything, I just tasted it. It's so good too. So this is going to go ahead and add this part here. Remember, when you add lemon, now you can add oil. So I'm going to take, I washed the lemon, and I'm just going to put the lemon in there. And I'm going to take some, you can use olive oil. I don't like to use any olive oil heated at all. So I'm going to use avocado oil. And this works really good. Coconut oil works really good. And you want to put in about that much oil. And remember, this is not going to go ahead and be heated up a lot. It's just on simmer. This thing's almost done now. I put the other red cabbage in later now with the carrots because I don't want to get those super soft. So this is only going to go for another hour, and then it's done. So just give it a little mix like this, and then I can change it around any way I want to. But you can see, let me just taste the lentils. They're still a little hard, but they'll be good. It's only been going 2 hours. You want to do this about 4 hours. So this actually, this needs another 2 hours. Okay. Oh, it's got a piece of the nori roll. And then later on we're going to add some other things to it. Oh yeah, and one last thing. Now's the time that you want to add in the chlorella spirulina. Hard for me to open this up with one hand. And these are like this. Okay, I'm going to use about that big of a handful, about 100 of them. Oh, that's pretty spicy with the chili in there. And you don't have to use the chilies as much as you want to, but I just dump them in like this, and we'll mix them around. And that's it. And these aren't going to break up. All they're going to do is they're going to get like cheese in there. They're going to get soft. Okay, and there we go. And I'm just going to put the top on now and move it over, back over to its one-handed here. Oh, there we go. Didn't spill anything. I'm going to put it back on simmer. And if you wanted to, I like the juice in there, but if you wanted to make it so it's actually thicker, then what you do is you crack the top like this so some of the vapor can get out, but I don't want to. I want to keep the broth. Remember, soups are super healing. You can make even bone broth. Let's say you have leaky gut syndrome, which 50% of the people past 40 years old are supposed to have. That's ridiculous. That means a part of your gut has a hole in it, and it's leaking poop inside your body. And that's why you're sick and tired, and maybe part of the reason why you're dysfunctional, and a lot of other things. So bone broth has been used for thousands of years. And you put bones, there's lots of recipes for it, but then again, I do other things. I don't have any more blood and or flesh in my diet. Why? Is because I want my heart to open up. I don't want to have to eat misery from, look, you're eating bones. Okay, we got lots of other calcium. There's lots of things that we have. The vegetable world, the plant world has everything. Nutritional, medicinal, and pharmacological. That has it all. Okay, so anyways, here we go. That's my little soup, and we'll show you the next layer of that. But you can see that looks pretty beautiful in there. Wow. Okay. And I'm going to have tonight, again, I'm going to have myself salad, live food, and I'll show you that later too. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you now the final product of the soup. My soup is beautiful right now. And what I've done is simmer this soup for about, it's been going for about 5 hours right now. And I've had it on a very low flame. But you can see, look at that beautiful soup. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to make sure when you put the lemons in there, you can see the lemons. You're not going to eat those, but all the goodness on the lemon rind and everything came out in the soup. And you lay those upside down like that, because if you just put them in, they'll float up top and the skin won't get. But you can see all my vegetables, remember lentils, cabbage, onions, and a variety of different minerals and things. So this is what I'm going to finish it off with right here. Okay, if you want, remember, if you have an Earth Shift kitchen, you can do a lot of stuff. Here's my base. I love having avocados. I have about an avocado a day, at least a half avocado a day. I like the oils. I don't have much sugar at all. And what I've done is I've taken a fresh coconut. Okay, and what you have to do is once the coconut gets this big, you have to cut scores this way, crosses this way, make like a chessboard here, and then you just peel it out with a spoon. Metal spoon's good, but you want to make sure that you don't cut yourself on the sharp edges here, so use a glove. If not, I've seen lots of people go ahead and get hurt. Okay, so this is what you do is you put some coconut in here, because I like the coconut. It sort of tastes like meat. I mean, this stuff is it's crunchy like meat. And oily too. Okay, so now I'm going to finish the rest of the meal here. What I like to do now is I'm going to put in the soup. So let me put the soup right here. Hard to do this with one hand. So let me set this up right here. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to pull out some beautiful pieces of soup. Wow, look at that. Okay, big pieces of cabbage. I love the cabbage in soup. And we're going to add other condiments on top. And you can make the soup many different ways. Like I said, you can even put this in the blender if you want and liquefy it. But you can see I've got all these beautiful mushrooms in here. I've got carrots. Beautiful, beautiful. Now that's a pretty good meal now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put some sauce in. I like the first time that I have soup, I like to have a lot of sauce, a lot of liquid. And you can see these are remember we talked about the golden berries? You can see how those swelled up. And if you get one of those, oh boy, you got a treat. So the soup is tart. It's not sugary. We can add different condiments on top, and that's a soup. Okay, now what you can do is I have some quinoa right here too. And I'm going to put a little bit of quinoa on top. This is quinoa. It's probably about 4 or 5 days old. So quinoa is a good substitute for you to substitute for any pasta, wheat, corn, or soy. And I'm just putting a little on there. I don't like a lot of heavy. Now this is a pretty heavy dinner for me. I usually don't have cooked food dinner, but it's Easter night, and I'm going to have myself a very beautiful dinner. Okay, so this is the base so far. So now let me bring this over here. Okay, so we put our coconut in, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through this because it's hard for me to do it one hand at a time. I'm going to put some nutritional yeast on. Those are full of B vitamins, and I'm going to coat the top of that. And you want to do this in layers. So I put the gold on top of everything, okay? Then I'm going to put a little bit of chlorella, a little bit of spirulina, about a half a teaspoon apiece. I'm going to sprinkle the top with organic triple blend seaweed. I'm going to sprinkle the top with, again, more oils, hemp seeds, organic, okay? Be careful not to get the hemp seeds that aren't organic because they're full of chemicals. Organic pine nuts, and these are costly. These are like 26 bucks a pound, but these are good on top. I sprinkle these. I put mostly the hemp seeds. I'm going to put a little bit of Icelandic kelp powder. Why? Because it's loaded full of iodine. Okay. I may put a little chili powder on. It's already pretty hot right now, so I'm going to throw away the crushed pepper. Okay. I may put a little curry if I want some more sharper taste. And some smoked paprika tastes really good too. And I usually like to put our organic soy sauce alternative on top when I'm done. And I put a little bit of toasted sesame seed oil, just roll it back and forth. And if you'd like, you can put on some ghee butter, which makes it taste very buttery. Then I'll put on some turmeric on top. It makes it look pretty. And it already has cayenne pepper, so if you want the flavor, because it's got the heat of the cayenne, but if you want the flavor, I have organic black pepper. And I'm going to put some capers on top. And I'm going to squirt lemon on the top. And then I'm going to put the onions, and I'm going to break them apart so they're about this size, though, because it makes them taste really good. The smaller you cut onions, the more they blend to the food. So it's nice to sometimes make big rings, because when you get one in your mouth, remember, purple onions are that's what makes my food so good. Okay, so I'm going to put this together real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, let me show you what this thing looks like. Now, here's our beautiful finished product. Oh my gosh. Okay, remember, it's got coconut at the bottom. It's got avocado at the bottom. Now, we've got a variety of different things here. I've got the natural yeast powder, okay? This is full of vitamins. Full of vitamins, okay? I've got the chlorella spirulina. You can see it in the corner there, the green. Got 3 nice Bohea organic olives. Finished off with the turmeric here. Triple blend seaweed. Hemp seeds you can see around the side. Pine nuts around the side here too. I have a small amount of Iceland kelp powder here, and I put some soy sauce alternatives, sprinkled that on top, a little toasted sesame seed oil. I didn't put any ghee butter or anything on here. You can see the turmeric, and the turmeric this is cold processed turmeric. This turmeric's dangerous, so don't get it on anything because it stains everything. And I put some capers right in the middle, and the purple onions is what makes everything beautiful. And to finish it off is limone, okay? Puse limón porque hacer su comida bien comida, bien good. Okay, and put it on just like that. Okay, and I just said, if you use lemon on anything, basically, it makes everything beautiful. Remember, anytime you use oil, you always want to use lemon. So let me give this a taste. I'm just going to try a little piece in the corner. Oh. Again, you can make this any way you want to. Okay. It needs a little bit more salt for me. I like it so it's got salty taste. Okay, remember this salt's good for you. I put this in a Misto sprayer, and the Misto sprayer is pressurized, and it's just liquid salt. And all you do is just spray it on, just like that. And let's give it another flavor with a piece of onion this time. That's better. I rarely even taste my food. I don't have to. I can season it a few different ways. Now you can if you want to. Here's more olives. You can put some organic barbecue sauce on there. It's got a little sweetness to it. And if you want crunchies, I use the dark rye Vita crunches. There's no wheat, corn, or soy in these. And these are good to eat with these because they're crunchies. And if you're transitioning, I like to go ahead, it's a little spicy. And if you're transitioning, it's good to go ahead and you can even put some full eggs, okay, in the next brew right here. Take some eggs, okay, wash them off and put them inside here, reboil this, and you'll go ahead and actually have hard-boiled eggs, okay? And this is your transitional protein. I have 2 fertile eggs every night. I really don't try to eat them hard-boiled or anything. If I do, it's for flavor because there's no chi in there, but there's a lot of nutrition. Sulfur is in eggs. That's why and sometimes they'll give you sulfury smelling gas. The sulfur is what helps rebuild your body. You need sulfur. That's what MSM's for. Sulfur, remember, is a necessary element inside your body for regeneration. So I'm going to go outside now and I'm going to get my salad. So I'm going to cover the top of this. I want to keep it warm. I'm going to put it on the stove. Sorry, that's sort of spicy. And I'm going to go get my salad right now, which is a live salad. I'm going to eat my salad first. Okay, remember, I'm going to pick off my salad right now. I'm going to wash it. I'm going to eat it within 3 minutes. I'm going to have my salad first before my soup. Okay, why? Because I want the plasma from the live food. And I may have some raw goat cheese with this. And that's probably it. What a beautiful dinner. Okay, there you go. Aloha, and there you go. This is not soup, like I said. This is a superfood soup. Look at how beautiful that is. And remember, it's got it's got all of these different things inside it. Okay? This is what makes this soup turn into more protein by far than if you had yourself a steak. More protein by far. Okay? And if you think now, you're just being foolish. Remember, what you need is low sugar, low carbs, and you want higher fats, good fats, okay, medium, low proteins, 15% or 20% maximum protein, and you want the oils. That's the fats. Okay, aloha, and here you go. One last look. Whoa, that's gonna be good tonight. All right, aloha. Just gonna show you how now I do my lettuce. I just went ahead and picked this out of the garden. You can see fresh arugula. I got some tomatoes in there. I've got some mustard lettuce, all spicy lettuces. And I'm gonna wash those off right now, and I'm gonna eat those first. But let me just show you real quick, because everybody asks me, how do you do your lettuce? Well, you go to the garden, and then what you do is, I just wash mine. I don't use any pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, and I just wash off any of the dust. I really don't want to get all the microbes off, because the microbes in the lettuce is good for you. Okay, you want to wash off any poop or anything that's on there, and all you do is you just wash each lettuce. Look at how beautiful the lettuce is. Beautiful. And this is live food. This is plasma food. We've done lots of videos on this, and the lettuce is perfect, as you can see. There's not a mark on that stuff. Oh my gosh, look at the solar panel. And I got a couple of tomatoes. I got so many tomatoes out there. A little bit of dirt on there. Beautiful tomatoes, and they're live, and they don't have to be red. Green tomatoes are good, red tomatoes are different. Everything has its own energy. And so what I do, I just throw the tomatoes in there. I just put them in a towel like this, shake the water this way, like that, and I sort of pat them down a little bit just to get the water off. And these guys, remember, they're live now, so look, they're crunchy. Whoo, spicy too. Okay, so I line those up like that, and then what I do is I take my salt here, and I'm going to pump it up. This is the liquid salt that we have, and so I spray on the salt, on everything. So salt makes everything conductive and makes it taste bon appetit. So I just give it a decent amount of salt like that. And then what I do is, before I put my oil in, this is just a basic salad. And you can have salad dressing and dip it in. But I'm just going to have mine like this tonight. So I'm going to take some apple cider raw vinegar. Don't use anything else but raw vinegar. And I'm going to put that on there like that. And sort of flip everything up. Vinegar's good for you. Not even good. It's excelente for you. Okay, and then let's see here. I'm going to put lemon, okay? And we do the lemon. And of course, what's next? Oil. I put a lot of lemon because I'm going to drink the juice when I'm done. I put a lot of lemon in there. And I don't have any avocado or any olive oil open. I do have a brand new one there, but I got to open it, so I'm just going to use avocado oil. Otherwise, I like the raw extra virgin olive oil, but I don't like to cook any olive oil anytime because it's just not good. Olive oil denatures really easy. Avocado oil is better, but the best if you're going to cook is coconut oil. Now I'm going to put on some, let's see, this time I'm going to use some lemon pepper, organic lemon pepper, and this gives it a nice little simple flavor. And remember, my soup has a ton. This has all my chi in it, my plasma. And my soup has tons of nutrition. I'm going to put a little bit of soy sauce alternative. This is just making your own salad. Remember, never buy salad dressings. Okay, there's no reason to. It's foolish. A little bit of that. And a little bit of organic toasted sesame seed oil. This gives it the wunderbar taste. Oh yes, there we go. And you can do, you know, anything else you want to put on there, but I'm good. I'm gonna have some purple onions. I don't even cut them in there. I just keep my purple onion on the side, and I'll take a bite of it as I'm eating. So I'm easy. I live by myself. So the best way for me is I don't really like cutting up everything because cutting it up destroys it. I picked these off with my hand and I broke them. I didn't cut them with a knife or anything because it destroys the stainless steel, destroys the energy, the plasma in there immediately. Okay, there we go. I got my soup in here. I just went ahead and have it under warmer just to keep it hot in there. And I'm going to go ahead and make two quick eggs. Let me just show you real quick here. Put this here like this, and I'm going to take some of my fertile eggs, and there's one, and you can see the eggs are golden. And I'm not going to cook these like you think. We're just going to cook them just for a few minutes. And sometimes I'll use duck eggs, but those are 3 beautiful live eggs. Okay, and there's nothing in them that's alive as far as being a being or an animal. And so how I do these is I just mix the whites up. I don't touch the yolks. Push them over, and it's got a low heat on. Oops, I broke one. Sorry. You don't want to break the yolks if you can. And you just mix the whites up like this. Okay, and you pull away the whites from the yolks, and then you mix them up, sort of like you're scrambling eggs, but don't scramble up the yolks. You want to keep the yolks as intact as you can because it's got the growth hormone in there. And that'll cook. Okay, it's on a very light heat, and all I'm trying to do is just get the whites so they're just a little bit done. And then this is going to go on the bottom of my small dish, and I'm going to put a little bit of purple onions. Actually, I like having a little avocado on the bottom base of my eggs, just a little bit like this. Remember, I already have avocado in my other in my soup. And then I'm going to take some hemp seeds. Where are you at? Oh, we lost the hemp seeds. Anyways, I was going to put, oh, here we go, hemp seeds. So the hemp seeds are organic hemp seeds. And you want to keep this going here, so you don't want to have anything stick at all. And these are the special pans again. Remember, these pans are the non-Teflon pans. And I put a little bit of ghee butter in here just to make it so everything slides like that. And there we go. These things are pretty much done. And all I want to do is, I only want to cook the whites lightly. It's like a soup. Okay, there you go. And you leave the yolks intact as much as you can see. Okay, there we go. And there's, again, no suffering animals here. There's a huge amount of nutrition in eggs. Okay, so don't shy away from eggs. Shy away from non-fertile eggs, and shy away from eggs that are conventionally grown, because the chickens have suffered, definitely. And you can see I'm going to put a nice little bed of hemp seeds right here. Okay, and I'm going to pour my huevos rancheros right here. And those go in there like that. Beautiful. And everything's hot, and I'm gonna go sit down and eat my dinner and watch a little TV of anything I want to watch. Sometimes I want to learn at night, sometimes I won't. Sometimes I want to watch something simple and just relax my mind. And sometimes I'll want to watch nature or something like that. So whatever I feel like I want to watch. And I put some onions on top like this. And look at that. Very beautiful. And I'm just going to put a plate like this on here, just so it keeps it warm for me. Okay, there we go. And these pans, look how easy they wash out. Okay, I'm going to take this here, and you don't even need to, the way these work, you don't even need to use soap if you don't want to. Everything comes out really simple. Okay, but what I usually do is just to get anything that's in there that. And remember, we're not cooking meat, so it's not like you got to sterilize it, but I just get everything off, so next time I use it, it's totally clean. There we go. So I always clean my pans before I sit down and eat. And there we go. It was that simple. Clean up, 2 seconds. And that's it. Okay, time to eat din din. Aloha.
Important reminder. All information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.